let's get into it. How do you work with money blocks and like remove them, and then how to stay on that frequency? All right, let's get into it. Ashton wrote this. You are a starseed. I'm so glad the universe has sent you my way. Will you help me with how to work on money blocks and then how to stay on that frequency? I love you so much. You are an inspiration. Thank you for everything you do. Oh my God, Ashton, I love you too, and you're so welcome. I could probably talk all day about money blocks and money frequencies and how to align yourself with the frequency of money so that you can receive more and more money. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna give you kind of like the quick cheat sheet on money blocks. I'm gonna say this, you might wanna go back and look at my video that where I answered Dre's question, because I talked a lot about limiting beliefs and I had quite a few good money block examples in there. So that might be really helpful too. In essence, when it comes to working with money blocks and then like removing them and then staying aligned in the frequency of money, it honestly works like anything else, especially with money. Money is such a touchy subject. And that's why so many coaches right now are like, oh, buy my money course and then you'll learn how to undo your money blocks for like $2,000, $5,000. But here's the real catch of it all. You really can change your money blocks at any time. Okay. I'm going to tell you one tip. It's from The Power of Now, and it's like the life hack for any area of your life, but especially with money. Eckhart Tolle wrote in his book, he said that the biggest problem is we identify with our problems. So our problems become our identity. And I see this happen a lot, especially when it comes to money. I'm so poor. I'm struggling. I wish I was like those girlies making like, $10,000 or, a month, $100,000 a month. Oh my gosh, she's making $350,000 on OnlyFans. Like, how is that? Like, why am I so poor? Why am I so lack? Why do I have to hustle? Oh, I came from a poor family, right? So it becomes a part of your identity. Right? It becomes this part of your identity where you're like, yeah, I came from a poor family. Oh, I have to struggle because my family was poor. This is a victim mentality and it's part of your identity, which is why a lot of people have a hard time getting rid of those money blocks because it's tied to this identity of being poor, right? And the fear is this. If you let go of that money block, that money belief of I can't make it, money is hard, I never have enough, insert whatever it is your money block is, right? It's really hard to make. I tried it a lot and I failed. I'm not attractive enough to be an OnlyFans girl. I don't like that, whatever it is, okay? My point is that if you lose that identity, then your brain subconsciously then has no idea who the F to be anymore. And that in and of itself terrifies you to no end, because if you then lose the identity of being poor, you're going to lose all those friends, that support system, people validating you, people giving you that love, that assistance, that, money. Because, right, for example, let's say that you're poor and you're like, like on unemployment or something, or you're getting like one of your family members is helping you out. If you all of a sudden became rich, you're not going to get that help anymore, in which case your ego is going and your brain is going to say, yeah, no, we need to stay poor because that's how we're getting the money from this person in order to make ends meet. See? So what you really need to do is shift your identity from a lack mentality of not enough money to an abundance wealth mentality of, oh, I am so wealthy. Of course I have enough money. Of course I'm aligned with the frequency of abundance of money. Of course I am a wealthy, rich person. When you are in that identity, you are going to be able to then stay in the frequency of money comes to me easily, money comes to me fast. When money comes to me, money always lasts, right? Like I get paid to exist. My existence pays for itself, right? Like people love to pay me. Abundance is all that I know, right? Like that might be your wealthy mindset reality. And the way to stay in that frequency would be to repeat those affirmations and act as if that was your reality, the summer of Delulu, but like to feel that reality every single day until it becomes part of your reality, right? So you would repeat that to yourself morning and night. But the sad truth of it is this, and this might be a hard pill to swallow, so I apologize in advance. I'm here to be honest with y'all. I'm not gonna blow smoke up your and try to just placate you or, lie to you to make you feel better. I believe in being honest and telling you how things are so that you can improve and not just give you lip service. With that being said, the truth of the matter is this, and again, it's going back to The Power of Now and Eckhart Tolle. He says the solution for this identity issue is very simple, right? Of like identifying with your problems instead of identifying with your solutions. The solution is this. All you have to do is get so fed up with this identity of lack, with this identity of never having enough, with this identity of not being able to manifest enough money. When you have finally gotten sick and tired of that, you are just going to decide this one simple thing. You're going to finally get to the point where you say, you know what? I am effing done. I will no longer create problems for myself. I'm gonna let that sink in for a second. Pause the video if you need to let that sink in. I will no longer create problems for myself, including money. When you then decide, because you've had enough of the struggle, when you decide, I'm not gonna create problems for myself, suddenly everything starts to change. You then can adopt a wealth frequency and identity of the solution. So what's the solution? The solution is I'm not going to create problems for myself. So for example, what that's going to start to look like as you practically build this out in your life is like, you know what? Instead of wallowing in my sorrows and going like binge shopping because I have a shopping addiction and retail therapy is a valid form of therapy, instead of wasting your money on pretty things that aren't going to help you make more money, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm done with that. No, I am actually going to invest my money in something that's going to make me more money. I'm going to start instead of binge watching Netflix all weekend or whatever, I'm going to use my weekends and my evenings to really figure out a new stream of income that aligns with my passions and what makes me happy and what's easy for me to do, right? All of a sudden, the things that you're going to do are going to change. You're not going to stay in a victim mindset because you're like, no, I'm not creating this problem for myself anymore. If you are always like, waiting until the last minute to get rent, it's like, I'm not going to create that problem for myself anymore. So I'm going to make sure that I get rent, the amount for rent within the first 2 weeks of every month. Or whatever. You start to raise your standards. You start to decide things. You start to then go, you know what? If I was wealthy, if I already had all the money that I wanted, I wouldn't be spending it on this. I wouldn't be wasting it on this. I would be doing this. I would be investing it in this. I would be learning about this. I would be reading this book. I would be getting this coach. I would be getting this mentor, right? So that's what you start to work towards. And as you start to really embody this new identity of not creating problems for yourself, where you're creating solutions for yourself, you will start to come up with all of these different ideas. Your intuition is going to guide you, and you're going to really start to understand that following this new path of removing yourself from problems is actually getting you the money that you want, the wealth frequency that you want. Because let's be honest, if you were really in that wealth frequency of I'm not creating problems for myself, all of a sudden you're now in the frequency of peace. If you wanted an ease and abundance, because let's be honest, if you already had $5 million, $1 billion, right? You wouldn't be stressed out. So stop stressing out now, because stressing out causes you problems. Stressing and anxiety and worrying causes your body to hold on to weight, to make you feel bad, to give you migraines, to bring on this dis-ease and stress that is causing your physical body to now while out on you, and then you become burnt out. We don't need to do that anymore, because if you were wealthy, you wouldn't be burnt out. You're not going to create problems for yourself. That's how you stay in the frequency of abundance and wealth. It's the simplest thing to do. Now, how do you get to that point? Everybody, it's going to be different. So if you're ready, if you're done suffering, you'll make the choice by watching this video and be like, yeah, I'm done. I mean, drop it in the comments below. If you're actually fed up with suffering and struggling, especially when it comes to money, claim it below and drop in the comments. I am claiming it. I am no longer creating money problems for myself. Period. And start to watch what happens and have that in the forefront of your mind. So every time a trigger comes up, a bill, someone says something to you, you go, wait, what? I'm not creating money problems for myself. I'm not going to listen to that. Maybe you need to find new friends. Maybe you need to get a coach. If you want me to coach you, use the link down below to book a coaching session with me. I can shift your beliefs on money in 30 minutes and have it be permanent. So if that's something that you need, get it below and get it done so you can start bringing in this wealth of money to you. Everybody deserves to be wealthy. Money is a made-up construct. We print it at a mint. It's not real, right? But it's real in the form of we live in a capitalist society and we need money to buy things. So fine, that's what it is. But if we're solution oriented, then we start to look for ways in order to bring that wealth to us. Create 7 different streams of income. If you're not at 3 yet, then, start at 3. Maybe start at 1. If you have a whole day job, maybe it's finding another extra little side hustle that only takes you like 15 minutes a day to try and figure out, right? It's a solution. That's what a wealthy person would do. So that's what you're going to start doing. Does that make sense? It's so fun to get into the vibration of wealth where it's like, yeah, of course I can buy that. Of course I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. That's one of my favorite Abraham Hicks exercises to stay in the frequency of money. And because I am also a retail shopaholic. So it's I will go window shopping. So instead of actually buying all of these crazy things to try and fill a void, right? Because I was needing to feel loved or whatever, I go, no, money loves me and I love money. And I'm just I can afford that. I can afford that. I can afford that. So whether you want to go to the mall or whether you want to just, go on Amazon or go to your favorite site and just start browsing around and just be I can afford that dress. I can afford that skirt. I can afford those shoes. I can afford that bag. And just imagine it. And it makes you start to feel really wealthy. So there's tons of different exercises to stay in the vibration. But for me, these are the exercises that work the easiest and are the most realistic moving forward to stay in that frequency. Let me know if that helps. I really hope that it does. If you want more tips on how to stay in that money frequency, drop your questions in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them in other videos. Thank you so much for watching. Like the thumbs up if you like this. Click the subscribe button so that you'll be the first to know when videos drop. I hope that this helps bring more money and wealth into your life because you deserve it. And always remember that success always starts by saying yes to you. You deserve to live your wealthiest, happiest, most abundant life now. And if there's any time to do it, it's this summer. So let me know how it goes. I'll see you in the comments and I'll definitely see you on the next video. Bye.